Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel likes try anything so you don't have to. What we have here is a Casio MTP-1314, and as you can see, the battery has run out and the quartz movement isn't working anymore. So what we need to do, or what this video will be about, will be to show you how to change the battery on the Casio MTP-1314P, which has a module number, if it's any help to you, is 2784. I have done a review on this, which I'm linking to above, and also there is instructions about this watch listed below. And also what I'll quickly do in the video is just to show you how to set the time and the date on this watch. Now, this watch has quite the stainless steel back on it, and to access the what would be the module and the battery, what you've got here is like a little tiny lip. Now ideally, I mean, you can use something that's flat just to get in there, but what I tend to use is something like I have like a little cheap watch repair toolkit, which I believe I have linked to below, and if I haven't, you can get a lot of them on eBay, and I paid about £8 for it. Now obviously you get what you pay for with watch tool repairs, and I only use it for changing straps and stuff like that, and changing batteries. So you do get a few little tools like this, and obviously just a little pair of pliers. Now the battery in this, it requires an SR626 SW cell, which looks like that. Now I've got a max cell. I mean, obviously I would probably get the best one you can, so I believe the Sony and Panasonic and stuff like that. I wouldn't cheap out on them, because I believe the Maxell is quite a good make as far as I know for batteries, and the reason being is that if you do get a real cheap battery for it, and the cell goes and you leave your watch in a drawer, it will start to, I believe they start to leak, and it will destroy the movement in the watch. So just bear that in mind, but that's just a little thing. And again, I'll link to that as well, just so you can have a look and decide whether it's for you. Now, as I said, to get this off, what you need to do is use this tool here, just to get the case back off. And I would, now be careful, probably put it on a flat surface if you can, and twist it. So it's not trying to come off. I did get it off before just to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Now, be careful how you use these, because obviously you don't want it going into your hand or anything like that and causing an injury. There you can see I've just twisted it off. Now, don't push it, just twist it if you can. And obviously you don't want to damage the case back on your watch any further. So there you go, there's the actual module for the 1314 there, and there's the battery, and as you can see, it's got a very nice Sony battery in there, and you've got your Japanese, what movements in that, just in case? Miyota Co 2115 Japan, and there you go, that's the innards of that watch just here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flick this little element there, and what that does, it releases the battery. So it's, I believe, just to make sure, so I haven't really done this on this watch before. If I can just get it, there you go. As you can see, that little spring, just that little part of the watch just releases the battery, and I'm trying to do it as while on camera, so you'll have to forgive my little shaky hands going on there. But there you go. Hopefully I can just get in under it. And there you go, there's the battery. Now I'm just using tweezers just for the battery, because I don't want to get my hand oils on it or anything like that. But I'm going to probably have to do that to get the new battery in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly peel this off camera, because I'm sure you don't want to be watching that. All right, so I've just opened the packaging just there for the battery, and I'm just going to try and do this with tweezers if I can, these plastic tweezers. And then here's a watch here, and I'm just going to try and get it in without touching the battery. Now obviously you can touch the battery if required. I mean, I've just read it in other places that sometimes it just helps to try and keep your handles off it, but again, I would imagine watchmakers or watch repairers out there probably tutting and shaking their heads or shaking their fists. Oh, I'm gonna have to use my fingers, it's no good. It's probably a bit easier doing it this way anyhow. As I said, I'm not really a watch repairer, so just bear that in mind. And have I got it in? Yes, I've got it in. As you can see, it's just clipped in over the battery. So let's turn the watch over and see if it's working. And there you go. There's the actual watch in its entirety, just ticking away very nicely. So there's the actual battery in its housing. I mean, again, if you, I have had to use my fingers, and it hasn't really caused any damage. So it's up to you. If you can use tweezers, that's a bit more ideal. But I'll just pop that down, and then what I'm going to do is pop the case back on. Now just make sure you've got the gasket on there. Make sure that the gasket is in good shape, just so when you pop it over the watch, no real water will come in, and that helps with that water resistance that this watch has got, which I think is 50 meters. So what I'm going to do is obviously make sure I've got the case back the right way around, which I have, and I'll just pop that back on there. Now it's just a bit of a, you've got to press down quite make sure you've got it on and press down all the way around just to make sure it clips in. There you go, nice little click. And I think, it's just there. So I'm going to have to try and make sure I get it all the way around. Oh, it's not the easiest. I'm going to do this off camera. There you go. Sorry, I had to do that off camera just because some of it wasn't going around. So I just popped it back on and took it back off and put it back on. So it's now secure all the way around, and obviously the gasket's in the right place, or the rubber ring, just to stop the water from going in. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly show you how to adjust the date and time on the Casio MTP-1314. Now it's working. So you just pull the crown out just once, and what that will allow you to do is to adjust the date. So if I turn it around this way, we are February the 3rd. So let's just move it down. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it to the second, and then I'm going to adjust the time, because obviously these are going to be sensitive to whatever the time is. So when it's 12 o'clock midnight, what you want to do is the date to be changed by that point. So in this instance, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the crown out one more time from the date, so you hear the click. So one click when you pull out is for the date, and the second click when you pull out on the actual crown is for the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it, move it round until it goes, when it goes past midnight, it'll change to a 3, and then I know that's what would be an AM time as opposed to a PM time. So let's just quickly spin around the watch. And as you can see, it's clicked over to what would be the 3rd of February. So now I know I'm in the early hours of the day. And if I just carry on going forward, I want it to go to what would be 1:45 in the afternoon. So just spin round one more time. And as you can see, when we go past the 12, it doesn't change. So you know you're in the afternoon. So that's 1 o'clock. And then let's get to what would be 1:45. And there you go. So we're 1:45 in the afternoon on February, well, what would be the 3rd of the month in this instance, it's the 3rd of February. So if I press the crown in, the actual seconds will start to indicate that the time is now, it's now doing the time as it should do. And that's it, really. I mean, that's the watch in a total, in a whole. So that's really changing the date and time, and also the battery within the Casio MTP-1314. Now, what I will always say is I'm not a watch repairer. I'm not qualified or anything like that. So it's just based on the experience of me changing watches over the years. If you are unsure about changing your battery in your Casio, or any other watch for that matter, then please go and visit a proper professional watch repairer or jeweler. There's plenty of them on the high street, and they'll do probably a better job, or they'll do a more efficient job than what you've seen here, especially with putting that case back on. But I hope this video has helped you in any small way, and if it has, then please click on the like button. If you want to see more videos coming from the We Try Anything channels, which will include tutorials, more watch reviews, and some battery changes as well, I might sprinkle them into the mix, then please click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope it's helped, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.